And one of the biggest topics of the week is Bray Wyatt allegedly walking out of WWE. He did not show up to the show at Madison Square Garden over the weekend. And then that just started this like entire plethora of rumors online claiming that he walked out of WWE, and it's because of creative differences, which was, I mean, I think people were just kind of grabbing about why originally he was released by Vince, in 2021. That was the reason for it. And so it's just the easiest thing to say. But people have this conspiracy theory, which I think it does have legs to a certain extent, that Vince is a lot more involved creatively right now since he returned in January or whatever it was. And they feel Bray has taken a hit. His storyline has taken a hit and over the last several weeks. And that's why he walked out. But according to Fightful, they are claiming that he is dealing with a physical issue. Yeah. Nothing more than that. They didn't provide any more details. And that it's been going on for quite a while now, but that the Mania match between him and Bobby Lashley is still scheduled to take place. So what do you think about all this?
I was going to propose a question before I got into my
Okay.
Go ahead. So when you said, he's been dealing with it for quite a while now, doesn't it feel like, he fought LA Knight quite a while ago?
January.
That's 2 months ago. So yes. What I'm thinking is that, one, it's not that he's a stale character. It's that it's one of those things where if you put him with somebody, it's got to hit. And you can't just half-ass it with his character, and there's a lot of moving parts, to just put it simply. There's a lot of moving parts to his character. You can't just throw that on anybody. I mean, there's only a few select people that can handle that feud. And honestly, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it's kind of tough right now because of everything going on with WrestleMania. And those people that he would be feuding with are either feuding for a title, they're either feuding to be a contender for a title, or they're just wrapped up in a different story that it would make zero sense for Bray to just pop up and be like, revel in what you are. And it's like, why do you just do that to Judgment Day? Or why do you just do that to Edge? It makes no sense. So, or even Rey Mysterio, it'd be like, all right, like Karrion Kross is a bit of a stretch, but like Bray.
Yeah.
So with that, it's, they're probably just like, we got nothing for you. And there's no use of forcing him on TV right now because of the variety of different over talent.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So I have two possible scenarios because that could certainly be something, obviously, because it happens all the time. One is he definitely could have hurt himself. Doesn't necessarily have to be something that happened against LA Knight. It could be something when he was training, when he was working out, when he was doing whatever, because look at like Cody Rhodes tore his bicep or tore his pec, whatever it was, whatever it was. That was working.
It was his titty right here.
Yeah, his pec. So that was from working out. So it's like, that didn't happen, but people were like, oh, it must have happened against Seth. It's like, no, that's not what happened. So it's possible because people keep bringing up, well, he hasn't even wrestled in a match since January. It was the Royal Rumble and blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, they do still train though. So it's possible, just like athletes can tear their ACLs, in the off season because they're running around and doing whatever. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Also, my other idea is that because of the way they have him presented every single week, he doesn't technically have to be there because they do a lot of pre-taped stuff with him. So he doesn't have to be on the show physically every single week if they already filmed a pre-taped segment or a video of him in the Firefly Funhouse or him, when he was doing the thing with like the punked type of thing where he's like laughing at himself, watching himself on the camera playback. So I wouldn't be surprised about that, but from what we've seen, I didn't feel like they made us feel like he'd been absent because we had seen Lashley react to the Muscle Man dance video. Then the following week we saw, maybe it was the same week, SmackDown, we saw Uncle Howdy there. So his presence was still felt just because he wasn't physically there. But and so in my mind, it didn't seem odd because it it's like he's not there all the time, and it made him seem more mysterious and weird and whatever, you know? So
Exactly.
I kind of hope that it really is just that he is dealing with some physical ailment, whatever it is. And that's all it is. I would hate that, these conspiracy theories that Vince is involved and they're having creative issues and whatever. Like, I would hate for that to be true because they had come so far and for them to
Oh,
be taking
so far.
these steps backwards, which was everyone's biggest fear, that would be really incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, it's just it's the overhyping or over anxiety of, oh my gosh, the one thing you want to have go right in Bray Wyatt is not going right. Well, what's the matter with it? The easiest answer is, well, Vince is back because it's business stuff. It's easy. That's what it
Yeah.
is. You gotta do
Yeah.
some critical thinking, guys. Like us,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.